Hello, the Astroflower family. Welcome back to the Astroflower channel. This is going to be a general reading followed by a sign in clarification of a general reading for July. So if you're already part of the Astroflower family, welcome. We do appreciate your support. So that's the overall energy that's gone down. Ace of Swords. This goes in line with what's been going on with my energies in regards to my healing over the last sort of week. I've done 50 hours of healing over the last week. It's been amazing. A little bit drained, but it's okay. I've been channeling that energy all the time and it's been absolutely fantastic. Met some absolutely beautiful people down in Provence, and I do thank you for being there. I will be having some healing sessions in the UK. If you want to get involved in that, well, there will be a link some point in the description below. Let's get on to the general reading. So this is a general reading for what's going on for everybody in the human race, as it were, over the next month of July. And we're going to be tying it into the Astroflower. So we've got in the center here, we've got the Ace of Swords. It's going from a transition from fire energy, internal fire energy, to internal air energy. So we're moving from the passion of the instant, of the now, and moving into the calculative mental side of tomorrow. That's what seems to be happening. Let's just get an overall feeling of the general vibration, what's going on with the human race. If you've been watching the weeklies, if you're part of the Astroflower family already and you've been watching the weeklies, I've been talking about these waves that have been coming through, and there's different ones for fixed, mutables and cardinals, and we can see these waves, but because everybody's involved in this, it's almost like there's several waves going on at the same time. Okay, so it seems like choppy waters. Now, choppy waters, for anyone who sails or who knows anything about the sea, choppy waters are two things. Basically, it's about what you're sailing above, what the seabed's like. If it's very smooth, it tends to be very consistent. If it's very rocky underneath, you can get a lot of choppy waters, but also it's got to do with the wind as well. So, and the other thing we can notice coming through, which you might be able to see, which I will put here, yeah, is that earth that we can see that comes through in this section here, but it's also coming through in this section here, and it is playing into here, which is going to move across, and this earth as well is moving across. So it's giving a certain constructive logic to the future. Let's just see what's going on the overall energy. Cutting the chaff from the wheat, cutting out the fat, cutting out the cancer on life, because we're going through cancer season. But it is a little bit like that. So, and they're not massive operations here. There's a lot of small ones, and I think that's what that choppy water is all about. It's sort of saying here that it could be a collective thing. So we might all of a sudden realise that we don't actually need money to live. And we might just be able to get along. That could well be it. That's a massive realization in the human race. But it could be actually a realization of kind of going, maybe we need to reevaluate how we use the energy of the earth. That could well be it on that sort of scale of sort of petrol and electricity and everything like that. It could also be very simple things like sort of the way we treat our neighbours, the way we treat our community, our friends and our family. And develop that sort of side of life. So it could be these little things, but on a personal level, and this is where we're going to go into the readings of the individual signs at the end of this general reading. So if you're watching this on an Aries, it'd be for Aries at the end, you'll see. Yeah. So it could be on a personal level. There's another thing that's coming through as well, is with these victories, will make the masks drop. So this could be, as I say, on a collective level, but it also could be from people that are around you or situations that are around you. So it could be, say, like how a local business is really, not treating the local environment very well. And that may be that mask that falls down. that sort of thing. It's like, let's take an extreme example. We could say it's like a vegan restaurant serving beef. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing, and people thinking, oh, it's a really nice restaurant and everything like that. It's really tasty, and I don't eat beef anyway, so I wouldn't know if beef is tasty. I haven't eaten it in 30 odd years. But anyway, yeah, so, it could be that sort of thing. So it's a mask coming down. So here we go. We got the relationship side, and then here we got the financial sort of side. These are the karmic messages for according to both sides, and this is the overall outcome for the month. So let's just go through here. Let's just get an overall reading. So it's a general sort of reading. I think on this side, certainly on the relationship side, let's just do the karmic message first. True value. That's what it seems to be. Aha. Okay, so stepping through a portal, celebration, a realization of what is real value. That is what is going to be happening. That's our understanding this month. That's what we got to understand this month. The true value of things. And this is on the relationship side. So it's a true value of those relationships that are around you. Let's just see how the universe is trying to sort of influence us. It's almost as if I think the universe is trying to make us understand that we're a planet that's attached to a sun, which is got lots of planets around it, so it acts like a cell, and that cell is in a bigger part of the body, could be like an organ, like the liver, whatever, and then that liver is obviously within a being, which we might call the big kahuna, or the big cheese, or dog in opposite. So, it depends what you call it, but I think it's a realization of being part of something that's much more putting us in balance and in harmony with the universe that is around us in an emotional sort of sense. This is looking up to be a really nice month actually for us, for everybody, as a collective sort of thing. It's really quite nice. So let's just see how it's almost like as our ancestors are trying to sort of influence, like the human race that's been before us, that we've all been incarnated at some point in, how we're trying to advise our future self in a way. That's what it's trying to do on a physical sort of level within our relationships. Be active, be involved, be part of it. Don't be stuck. That's what they're trying to get us unstuck. Maybe they're trying to get us unstuck to, a system that is just sort of like, swallowing us up collectively. That could well be it. It could be getting us unstuck from a narrative that's being shoved down our throats. This could be on an individual level as much as on a global or national level. So that's what our ancient guides, our ancestors are trying to influence us as a going forward. Okay, on this side here, this is how our ancestors are trying to influence the here and now. So really getting involved in what they've put into place over those generations before us to get to this situation where we are living at the moment. Open up. Be open to relationships. Be open to the community. Be open to saying hello to your neighbour, asking them if they need anything, or asking them to help you with something. Open up, I think. Judgment. This is really nice as well. So this is all about sort of ascending to something far greater, which is a great possibility within the human race. We have that. If you go into, let's say, caves around the world and you see cave drawings, you're never going to see, not of my knowledge, someone might know, so if they do know, put them in the comments below. I'd like to see it. But you never see cave paintings of humans fighting humans. It didn't exist. Why didn't it exist? Maybe we didn't have the bear to poke or the man to make, the man to pay. That could well be it. So I think this is, the human race here within regards to relationships and etc. has got a real opportunity to step out of that narrative or that paradigm that we've been in for years and generations and generations. And I think this is what the ancestors are trying to tell us as well. It ties in beautifully with those constant small victories and that new thing. And this is a real mental card. So this is pushing through to the future as we move into Leo by the end of the month, where we're going to get a lot more of that cardinal air coming in, which will be coming in right down this section here from Libra, which is this card here as well, which will be really influencing at the beginning of the month, the beginning of July. That's where the Libra energy is, and it moves over here. And as it moves over here, this is where we go through that portal now going forward. Let's just have a look what's going on the financial sort of side. Now, this is obviously very complicated for everybody. There's lots of things tied into it, various geopolitical sort of things, economical things, philosophical sort of things. But on an individual basis, we've all been through a tough time over the last sort of 2 or 3 years. And that may be weighing on us and sort of playing on our minds, as it were. Let's just see how the overall energy is going on for that. Let's see what's going on that side of things. I think this is more to do with the masks. As I said earlier on, the mask coming down. And it seems to be like history is going to bring down those masks. So all of a sudden, I think there's going to be maybe a case of realizations where we're going to realize, oh, what we've been told may not necessarily be the truth. I think that's going to be the case. That's what it looks like. So let's have a look what the karmic message is going on here. Accounts. Time to do the accounts. Time to draw the bottom line and see what's what. And that's what it seems to be. Sun, happiness, liberation. And that's what the bottom line's all about in the regards to finances. When you do your accounts and you draw that bottom line and then you say exactly how much money you've got, you can feel like let's say in your business or in your job or whatever, at the end of the month, you've got that money and you kind of think, yeah, I can now do things with it. And I think this is what this is realizing here. With the accounts, we can walk away from certain aspects and walk towards other aspects. And the Eight of Cups, she's walking away from that one cup and she's walking towards the sun. So I think this is what the karmic message is financially for us collectively. We've got to walk away from an old way of doing things, do the accounts, find out where all the money's gone and see who owes what and everything like that, and put everything squarely on the table so then we can all collectively move on and construct something a little bit more sort of solid and maybe even fair and and honest. Let's just see how the universe is guiding us here. It's like a wave. It's like a wave washing. It's like a tidal wave. It's like a tsunami, sort of saying, yeah, it's blowing out the cobwebs, all of that sort of thing. Oh, the Eight of Cups. I was just speaking to that. How mad is that? How mad is that? That's great. That is great. So she is walking away from that cup and she's walking towards the sun, which is over here. So, our karmic mission this month is really to sort of start enjoying the idea of our power of understanding and having control over our financial system and not allowing it to be governed by hissy fits around the world. This is our children's lives we're playing with here, people. And I think it's about time we grew up and started taking account for the situation. That's really good. So, the universe is, it's that wave. So let's just see what's going on the, how the ancestors are trying to, our past selves are trying to influence this moment on a physical sort of sense, with, on a physical sort of sense. Clean up your own backyard. I don't know if you know that Elvis Presley song. Clean up your backyard. Don't you try to... Anyway, not the rest of the words, but he talks about the idea of sort of make sure your own backyard is clean before you start complaining about the others. That's basically what it is. And it's sort of saying it's time to put to work clean up your own backyard. Being at one with who you are, I think, financially, being content with doing things. If you've got a company that is ruining people, animals, nature, then maybe it's a kind of sort of saying, okay, now I'm going to be one with myself. I'm not going to go to that business. I'm not going to get involved in that business. We have a lot more control than we actually realize. Once we realize that whole sun, it's going to be brilliant. Let's just say you didn't agree with a political a company that does, let's say, I don't know, fast foods, which you normally go to, and you didn't like the way they did their policy. In that case, and the way they treat our children, and the way they treat our society. In that case, why don't you just go and buy some meat and start, or go and buy some vegetables and do your own veggie burgers or your meat burgers, whatever. I'm not going to ram anything down anybody's throat. But it's like that. And then that'll encourage that whole sort of community side of things. I think this is where, once we get together with ourselves and realize the power that we actually do have in our hands to take control of our financial situation on an individual level. Now that is really important. If you do it on an individual level, the collective will almost look out for itself. And I think this is the realization, and this is maybe what we've got to walk away from. That whole idea that the collective is running the show or running us individually. I think this is going to be a bit of a light bulb moment for everybody. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that in a way of mental sort of stuff and thinking and etc. Because you know, we're going to be moving on at the end of the month. We're going to be moving on where we're going to have water and earth going through here. Oh no, it's going to be earth and water, sorry, going through here. And with that earth and water, it's a very, very productive time. So once this wave has come through from the universe to get rid of all the stuff that we don't need, or that is actually being detrimental to the idea of the evolution of the human, and we start living our better selves individually through the idea of this could be brilliant, this could be such a beautiful place. Once we do that, I think on this side here, I think it's going to be very productive. So let's just see what's going on here. It's working together. It's understanding that this world wasn't built by one person, okay? And I'm not talking about the planet, I'm talking about the human aspect of it, yeah? You need to work with other people, it's, you know. So, yeah, so stop fighting. It's gonna, you know, the Five of Wands can be all about sort of fighting and conflict. But here I think it's a case of the individuals we need to stop fighting. And as individuals, we need to reach for our higher self. That's what we need to do within the financial world. And walk away from that lonesome cup that kept us hypnotized for so long, for generations and generations. And I think the old ancestors are coming in and wanting to actually do this. Let's see what the overall outcome is for July. Absolutely blinding reading. This is really reflecting on all those healings I did this week as well. Absolutely amazing. Anything is possible until you place it against reality. So I could build a mansion. I could build a massive house with a lake and everything like that. But do I have the resources to make that? Probably not. I definitely don't actually. But then therefore, automatically, the idea of building that mansion stays a bit of a dream, could well come true in time, but at this present time, in reality, it is not feasible. So basically, it's now getting on and doing things that are possible rather than trying to running around after butterflies or dreams that are not going to come true, that keep us distracted from life. Yeah. Being centered within us, knowing our place within reality. And yeah, there is people who are not going to like it to start with, but they will come round because they will see the benefits of it all. Once we as individuals start applying ourselves to this future, okay? And I really do think that July is a pivoting point. June has been really hectic. I don't know about you guys. It's been an amazing month. Really has been an amazing month. It's been an amazing year so far. But which we've done the readings on June as well, which you can see, and also for 2022, which you can see somewhere in the in our videos on our channel. If you're subscribed, obviously, you'd be easy to be able to find them, and that's one way of helping. Spread the message. Sharing this video on Facebook and stuff like that is helping you, actually. Is helping progress the collective, helping progress us as individuals to evolve and move on from what we've been living. So share this video far and wide, because this seems to be a really important message, and it's got to get out there. It's got to get out there for us. So we're going to be now pulling on your individual signs. And you will be getting 3 cards. How we interact with this whole message on the relationship side, on the financial side, and the overall energies. We're probably going to pull a card for the going future forward section as well. So so stay with us and for that. In the meantime, don't forget, please subscribe, click that bell. It really does help us out. Okay, so straight off Capricorn, let's have a look for you going forward into July. You're going to be moving fully on your first month of summer, so you're going to be really bubbly, really enjoying this. You feel like you've got a lot of energy at the moment, and a lot of energy to give, not only to your life, but to the society, the world that is around us. So that's the overall energy that you should be feeling according to the Astroflower. In regards to the general sort of reading, every sign has their particular position of this transition, and everybody seems to be contributing in a different way. For example, Aries is contributing in the sense that they're doing the accounts and drawing that line and saying, look, this is what we've lost, or this is what we've gained. And I think Capricorn, you're going to be in a position where we're kind of going, and this is how we should do it going forward morally. It seems to be much more on a this is right and this is wrong sort of thing. It's how you position yourself over this month will determine a lot of things for you as an individual going forward. Letting go of a lot of things in the past. So like you might have planted some things up in your life in the garden. When summer comes around, it's just not doing the fruit. Maybe it's not the right place to plant it and stuff like that, but just accepting that some things haven't worked and moving on with the things that are working. And if you do that, you're going to feel really joyous about the future. Let's see what the overall energy is playing in for you in July. I think it comes more in on this side here. I think this side here is much more of a weight, almost like a wisdom. So going forward, it's almost you're putting in the markers for the future path. So if you imagine, you're building a road and you're marking off as we go across the countryside, unfortunately, signalling that road of where it's going to be built and stuff like that. I saw a thing on, I think it was on Facebook, where in Japan, when they're building a road and there's a tree, rather than just cut down the trees or get rid of the trees, they wrap the roots up and they move the tree slightly to the side. And I thought that was a beautiful thing. And I think Capricorns are they can do that sort of thing. They don't mind putting in the extra work in order to get the quality out of things. And I think this is what you're going to be demanding on this side, sort of saying, if we're going to be going forward and creating a new environment, a new situation, a new way of being, we've got to have some quality going on. And that's what it seems to be like for you at the moment. Let's see what's going on the relationship sort of side. So getting unstuck, feeling your balance as it goes through from one paradigm to another, stepping up. It's almost as if you play the role of the priest in a way. I'm a Capricorn, and we like that idea of authority in a way, but built upon just things that are just and reasoned and honest, you know. And I think this is a case here where it's almost as if like within relationships, you're the point of authority. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, so, you know, it's it's a time of nurturing the future. So as we go from one place to another, you're going to be in that position, which is what I'm saying, where you're going to get fruits coming through. Some in the first bits of summer, some things are going to provide fruits and some things are not going to provide fruits. And you're in that position where you can help not only yourself to decide what relationships you want to nurture going forward that are beneficial not only for you, but also for your family, your friends, your community, your couple. It's nurturing that forward, being that sort of constant person going forward. And you're gonna enjoy that position. I think you're gonna enjoy your relationships in a very much more sort of physical way of being, you know, realistic way going forward for you. And I think that's what you're going to help that transition in society over the month of July. You are that farmer that's providing the seed and the fruits for everybody else in order for them to eat, so then they can also build those roads. You know, everyone's got their part to play. Let's see what's going on here. This is like here, through your enthusiasm and through your bright energy at the moment, it's definitely going to be playing on a thing of I want to do things and I want to get things done, sort of attitude. And as you do that, you can build on the success of tomorrow by ensuring that things keep moving forward. So this is your role in this transition, that people don't just kind of go, get into that 2 of Cups moment and just kind of go, oh, isn't this nice? You're going to be kind of going, yeah, it's great. And look what we're building for the future. Come on, let's do it. And being that enthusiastic sort of person, yeah, looking to the future. Not allowing your emotions to get in the way of, and this is within business or jobs or money, not allowing your emotions to get in the way of actually progressing forward, of having a clear view and a clear idea of where we're going as a collective, but also as you as an individual. And this is really important to realize that this wave is coming through, making a lot of space for new things to be done within society. And you're going to have that clear vision, which is going to cut through this 5 of Wands in a way. And I think go straight to the 7 of Wands, where you're going to be in a position where you can be almost that sort of that flame in a way, go through the flame of being the higher self. A really nice position, very authoritarian, really, but in a very nice way, like a grandparent that had reason in their voice and the words that they say, without judgment or persecution and stuff like that. It's really nice, solid feeling from you, really, here, Capricorn. Let's see what the overall energy is going forward. This is a little bit like the karmic messages combined. eyes to the horizon. This comes in with this card here, but it's going on that journey. You're on that journey, and it's enjoying that moment where you're neither in one place or the other yet, but you're enjoying that transition. Because normally Capricorn, you're there making stuff and you don't really move a lot. You do transitions within yourself, but here is a moment where you're enjoying that transitional moment between one place and another. The Nine of Swords, letting go of your worries, I would say, because you got the Ace of Swords, which is going through it, and I think this is it's where you've been nurturing your relationships and allowing some relationships to just fade away, other relationships to actually go forward as being the farmers you do, and having that clear vision for the future. It can create anticipation that could cause a bit of stress. So it might be you've got that stress within you, but you're looking forward. So you're not actually allowing it to flow out in the world around you, but you're carrying a lot of stress for the rest of the world. And having those small victories within the world, I think, as I say, is pushing up to there. So I think this month here is starting to realize the fruit that's coming through in your summer, because this is within your year. This is your full summer period. You're starting your full summer period. And you don't have to worry so much about what's going to give you fruit, because you can see now what's giving you fruit. You can see as you go forward on that journey. And I think it's more of a case here than anything else is letting go of those worries and those sleepless nights, as it were. Because you can worry like no tomorrow, Capricorn. We are the best at that. Okay, let's just see what's going on with the overall outcome for it. I would take on the Seven of Wands. Be careful of conflict that doesn't actually serve anything. It's a little bit like, walking away from conflict that doesn't actually serve anything. And I think there's probably like a Five of Swords or something like that under there. It's realizing in the future, because you're going into your summer and you're concentrating on all your plants that are giving you fruits, your plans that are giving you fruits in your life, your successes. And I think you're moving to big success, Capricorn. And as you do move to that, you're going to realize the things that are holding you back are really petty things that you don't need to be involved in. Queen of Wands. Interested in the here and now. Enjoying, she's got a sunflower there, so it's enjoying that summer. Having that black cat of being able to, manifest things. Having a lot of, luck on your side, as it were. And being completely and utterly immersed in the here and now. And that's that whole sort of thing of the Seven of Wands here, of being centralized within you and keeping an eye on that plan going forward. I think it's much more to do with the financial sort of side of life this month rather than the relationship side. Excuse me a second. I have been doing so much in the way of healing this week. I did 50 hours in 5 days. Absolutely amazing. Loved every minute of it, of course. And I'm channeling the whole time I'm doing it for 50 hours with people down in Provence in the south of France. Absolutely amazing, but it's given me a bit of a hoarse voice. I will be doing healing sessions in the UK this summer, and the moment I can get to America, I will do. But just to sort of say, I'm having a bit of a hoarse voice at the moment. There you go. So it's being in the here and now and enjoying this here and now. Being confident about that here and now and having that passion for that here and now, I think is going to be really important. And it's going to reduce all those worries. It's the end of your worries of the past, I think. That's what that Nine of Swords is all about. Okay, if you're already part of the Astroflower family, I do appreciate your support. YouTube doesn't seem to be supporting us at the moment. I don't know why. It could be just the algorithm. I don't think I've said or done anything wrong, but they're not giving us a lot of support at the moment, which is a shame because I do like YouTube. I think it's a great platform, and I think it's got a brilliant position or place to play in the future, and it'd be good to be part of it. So, and in order to be part of it, we need your support, and so sharing this video on all different types of platforms will get everybody back onto the same page and moving on to a real progressional sort of thing. So please do share. If you're not already part of the Astroflower family, it's very easy to give your support. All you need to do is subscribe and click that bell. Be much appreciative. In the meantime, there's loads of links in the description below. Knock yourself out. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.